Good morning, guys. This is the start of a new vlog, so hey, I think we're on vlog like, let's see, 15, 16, 17, maybe 17, I don't know. Somewhere in that vicinity. I think I edited either 14 or 15 yesterday, and I know there's at least one more that I need to edit together. I've been avoiding editing, not avoiding it, but like not taking the time to sit down and edit vlogs because they take me a long time and I can't stay focused lately, and I've been really struggling with focus and like staying on top of things. It's my own thing, like it's, you know, nothing is particularly in the way. Last weekend we had a Father's Day barbecue at my sister's house, and my friend Brittany came, and I love her so much. She's amazing. If you were on Snapchat, you saw some drunk snaps. One of my favorite snaps was, I don't think I saved it, but we're in the Taco Bell drive-thru, and I asked her if she wanted anything, and she's like, nah, every time I went to the bathroom I ate a rib. And I was cracking up so much. It made me laugh so hard because my brother-in-law did ribs and they were so freaking good. So every time she would go in to go to the bathroom, she would just eat a rib. And well, I didn't do that. So I was hungry. So then I came home and I ate Taco Bell in my bed. And for the next 2 days, I kept finding cheese in my bed, like the shredded cheese from Taco Bell. And I was like, what are you doing with your life? So Monday, it's Friday now. It's like June 22nd. And Monday, I went to a psychiatrist or a psychologist. I can't remember. Hold on a sec.
Hi.
Hello.
I get the Americano.
Yeah.
$3.50 for a minute. $3.50.
Free 50. Thank you. Have a great day.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what just happened to my camera, but I went from 3 bars on my battery to 1, so that's fun. Anyway, so I went to the psych guy. Let's just call him a psych guy. And he is supposed to figure out what's going on with my medications, and he can diagnose me with anything more serious like bipolar or things like that. And so we went through a bunch of questions and we talked a lot, and he suggested we add another medication on top of the medication I'm taking. And when I told him that they had done that before and they added Wellbutrin, he's like, who did that? I was like, my regular doctor. And he's like, no, that was probably the worst thing. I was like, yeah, that's the medication that made me suicidal. Like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, you shouldn't have been on that. And I was like, great, awesome, love it. And so he put me on another medication. I don't remember what it is right now. I have to go pick up another prescription today. But we talked in depth about what was going on with me, and he goes, you could be bipolar, but I don't want to just throw that around. And I was like, yeah, because bipolar really scares me. He's like, well, why does it scare you? And I said, the people that I know that have bipolar have had a really hard time treating it. They've struggled a lot to treat it. And he's like, yeah, it can be a tough one, but you know, it can be done. And he was really impressed that I, you know, am forward thinking, and that while I'm still at a high risk for suicide, like according to, you know, everything else, that I can think things out clearly. And he goes, when you have these manic episodes, like, I don't remember if I told you guys about this in a vlog, but I had this manic episode last week where Roger and I had gotten into an argument, and it wasn't even like, we weren't yelling. When Roger and I get into an argument or a fight, it's not yelling and screaming at each other. It's like, it's a quiet thing. It's so weird because looking at it from the outside, you just think we were having a conversation. And that maybe I got a little irritated and I, you know, was like, okay, we're not going to talk about this anymore. And that's how we do things. Like, we talk about it, and if I can tell that he doesn't want to talk about it, I'm like, okay, fine, we'll talk about it at a different time, because I'm not going to sit here and try to talk to you and get irritated because you're not engaging in the conversation. And so that happened, and I was like, you know what, F everything. I went to KFC and I spent $50. I did talk about this. Okay, you'll see this. So anyway, the KFC thing. And so I told him about that, and that was one of the first things we talked about. And then we also talked about, you know, that I'm very busy and like I don't have a lot of extra time. And so he assumed that I eat like shit all the time, and I was like, no. You know, okay, so let me try to like focus this, right? So we were talking about medications that he could put me on, and he had started talking about Abilify, and he goes, the only reason I don't want to put you on Abilify, it would work for you, but it would really mess with your metabolic state in your body, and you will gain weight, and I don't want to do that to you because it's obviously already a problem for you. I mean, your diet is crap. And I said, hold on. It's not. I told you about the manic episode because I needed you to know that that happens to me sometimes. And I don't eat like that all the time. Like, for the past 2 weeks before that, I had been only eating vegan food. Like, I had literally only ate vegan. That was when I had those, I had gotten 2 more vegan boxes, and I was only eating vegan at that time. And so, like, and before that, you guys have seen, like, I eat out of those meal boxes. And so I had told him about the meal boxes and what I had been doing. He's like, oh, okay. And I was like, I've lost, you know, 25 pounds since, I've lost about 25 to 30 pounds in like 3 months. And he's like, oh, okay. All right. And so he was like, I still don't want to put your body through that. And then he explained that, you know, it doesn't matter. He didn't want to put my body through that. And I was like, I appreciate that. And so we chose a different medication. And I felt really good after the conversation. And I went and got my medicine. And I haven't had any, like, manic episodes this week, which is great. But I had manic episodes last week, and I feel, it's terrible to say, but I feel like when I try to have conversations with Roger about, like, our life, that's what triggers it. Because it was, again, after a conversation that him and I had, that I went and I spent, like, $200 on, like, online stuff. And yeah, I can use this stuff for the channel, and, you know, it's stuff that is useful, but like, I shouldn't be spending that money. I need to start saving my money so I can, like, take this epic road trip that I keep talking about. And I talked to him about the epic road trip too, and then I want to, like, you know, start saving money for that. But I keep having these, like, manic spending episodes, and it literally all happens in one day. Like, it's so weird. I can be sitting at my desk, and all of a sudden I'm like, I need to go buy stuff. I need to go shopping. Oh, this is on a sale. I have to go get it. And, like, that should not be the mentality that I have, and it's so frustrating to me. It's so frustrating. And so I want to stop doing that. I want to stop sabotaging myself, both, like, financially, sabotaging my diet, just sabotaging my life in general, and I want to stop that. And so hopefully this medication that he put me on, it's a mood stabilizer, so it should keep me more stable than these super highs and these super lows, because that is what is throwing a wrench in everything. I feel like I get these super high highs and then these super low lows where I just can't even function, and it's just yeah. So anyway, I'm at work now. The rest of this week I just have been working and coming home, and either streaming or trying to relax and play video games. Like, I've been playing Kingdom Hearts more. I really want to beat that. So today you can see minimal effort, lip gloss, a little bit of eyeliner, and I did my brows and mascara. So earlier this week my makeup was like really cute, but today I was just like, F it. Been having a lot of stomach issues. We can discuss that too, but I gotta go to work. All right, my babes. It is now after work. We can talk about my stomach issues, I guess. So, you know, a few months ago, I took that intolerance test, that food intolerance test. And so, I've been kind of checking different foods, like eating them, not eating them, and like, you know, what are they, like, taking them out of my diet and putting them in my diet. So Monday I decided, okay, I'm going to go back to my egg whites. I'm gonna eat egg white scrambles for breakfast. Really, guys? And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that. And so Monday, that's what I have for breakfast. And about 11 o'clock, I started getting stomach cramps. And it wasn't like, it wasn't gas cramps, because I didn't have gas. Oh, we're getting real right now. And I didn't feel like I had to go to the bathroom or anything, but my stomach hurt really, really bad. And that continued, gosh, well into Tuesday. And so I was like, all right, so it really is eggs. I really can't have eggs. And that really upset me, because when I was doing when I was really into my weight loss, when I lost 125 pounds in like 18 months, I had those egg whites every single day. For a year and a half, I had those egg whites every single day for breakfast. That's what I had. And I ate that. It was usually chicken, egg whites, and spinach. That was my breakfast. And then sriracha on top. And so I was really disappointed. And so later on in the week, I started eating regular again, and everything felt okay. I still wasn't like super like on it. Wednesday my stomach still hurt a little bit, but by Thursday I was fine. And Thursday night I made a rice and quinoa mix, and quinoa was on my list. And I had been eating rice, and I had got sick off chicken and rice like last week, so I thought, okay, well, maybe rice is in there too. And I ate rice last week and I was fine. So it must have been something in the sauce that I had on the chicken, because chicken, I'm totally fine with chicken too. Anyway, so I made some rice and quinoa mix, because I thought, well, if I do a half and half mix, maybe it's not like so much quinoa and I'll be able to be fine. And then I mixed it with some pork that I had cooked in my crock pot. And I had been eating the pork on Wednesday and Thursday, so I knew that that wasn't the cause. And quinoa was on my list, and sure enough, last night and today, this morning, my stomach is just killing me. And I had brought that for breakfast and lunch, because that's all I had in my fridge to like actually bring to work to eat. And I ended up eating, I probably had like 5 or 6 bites of it, and that's all I've ate today, because it made me so sick to my stomach. And oh man, I felt awful. I'm gonna go to the bank real quick. I'm gonna go to the cash machine. And so quinoa and eggs are out of my diet. And so what I plan on doing in the next few weeks is kind of like putting in and taking out certain things so I can figure out how these things affect me. And so I sent an email to my doctor and I was like, hey, I took this intolerance test, and you know, I don't understand how these things that I was eating every single day, now I can't tolerate. And he goes, well, he goes, well, I looked into your file, and he goes, it could be from that infection you had. And I was like, what? So I look this stuff up on the internet, and there's an article from the Mayo Clinic, and there's an article on like health.com or whatever, or healthcare.com or something like that. And apparently when you have a severe infection and you're on antibiotics, and if you don't remember, last year around this time is when I found out that I had chlamydia, and that it took me, what, 2 months to get rid of it. I was on 3 rounds of antibiotics, and so it took that long to get rid of it. And what it did is it changed my body chemistry and how my intestines and my stomach process food. And so these things that I was eating before, I now can't tolerate. And so I know that dairy is a huge problem for me. I can't eat dairy without like getting severely ill. The raw kale and beets and spinach I know is an issue. I do want to try cooked spinach and kale, but I also know that now eggs and quinoa are a huge no-no for me. And so this is going to change how I eat everything, how I eat in whole. And so it's going to be a journey, and y'all are going to have to come with me, because some of these things just break my heart that I can't have anymore. I really like quinoa. Like, I was introduced to it like 7 or 8 years ago by a coworker of Roger's wife. A coworker of Roger's, his wife. And I've loved it ever since. And it's to not be able to eat quinoa and to have this severe stomach pain from it makes me sad. So I'm gonna pull that test back out again and see what food we're gonna work on next. I know that certain beans are an issue. I hope it's not chickpeas. I seem to be okay with chickpeas last week, or the last few weeks, because I was on that vegan diet. So I had someone in the comment section pretty much like put me on blast or whatever about, I thought you were on a low carb diet. All of that stuff is so high in carbs. Do you not know how nutrition works? If you're gonna take out something like protein, which is what you're taking out when you're on a vegan or a vegetarian diet, you're basically taking out meat, which is protein and fat. You're going to have to make up for that somewhere in calories. And on a vegan and a vegetarian diet, it's gonna be carbs. It's gonna be carbs from vegetables, from beans, from grains, things like that. I know that I weigh over 400 pounds, and like, people think that I can't possibly know anything about nutrition. Believe me, I've been to every nutritionist, dietitian, whatever. I know a lot about nutrition. Just because I'm fat doesn't mean that I don't know about nutrition. And I have a hard time losing weight. We've talked about this. Like, I know a crap ton about nutrition. And so I know that food boils down to 3 major points. It's carbs, protein, and fat. Every food is made up of those 3 things. You can have 0 fat, you can have 0 carbs in something, but those 3 things are what make up food. That's what makes up a calorie. If you don't know, carbs and protein are 4 calories per gram, or, you know, whatever they are. Yeah, I think they're grams. And fats are 9 calories per gram. That's how you figure out how many calories are in something. If something has 10 grams of fat and 4 grams of carbs, it's gonna have 90 plus 16, so it's gonna be 106 calories. That's how you figure it out. That's when I was, you know, doing my weight loss stuff, it was how I figured out, you know, portions and stuff like that. That's how it goes. If you're really strict, you want to keep your macros, which those are macros, the macronutrients in food. You want to keep those at a certain like percentage. That's how you figure that out. You're like, okay, I can have this many grams of fat if I want to have 50%. Okay, so gosh, I feel like I'm getting like super like scientific on you, but say you're on keto and you want 75% of your calories to come from fat. So 75% of, let's say, a 2,000 calorie diet is what, 1,500? So then you take 1,500 and divide it by 9. Oh gosh, now I'm doing math on the fly without a calculator. It's gonna come up to less than 200 grams of fat. That's what you want for your day, is less than 200 grams of fat. It's just math. And I mean, I think you guys know that I'm kind of a math nerd, and that's the accountant in me, that I really like making things even out and, you know, the numbers. And so that's how I always did it. I don't know, I'm weird. A normal diet, they say, is like 50% carbs. What is it? 50% carbs, 30% protein, 20% fat. That's how it used to be. Like, that's how the traditional diet used to be. I think if you go on MyFitnessPal, that's the, like, what do they call that? Trying to think. I can't remember what it's called. When they set up your stuff, that's the percentages they go with first. And so, you know, that's the traditional one. Well, if you're on low carb, you want to keep your carbs below 30% or 20%. And so you just, dieting is hard and stupid, and it's very complicated, but if you really work at it, it can be easy. So that's where I am on that. I'm at my doctor's office. I have to go get a prescription. I've been very lucky that a lot of opportunities have been coming my way lately. And I don't want to overwhelm you guys with sponsored content or have you feel like I'm inauthentic. But I'm really excited for some of these. I don't know when the Nicely video will come out, but they were generous enough to send me a memory foam mattress, and I haven't slept that good in a long time. I know we talked about my trouble falling asleep and staying asleep. We've talked about that before. And with this mattress, I can lay there and, like, I always had to pee at least once a night. And so I can lay there, and when I wake up to pee the first time, I swear it's like 3 or 4 in the morning and it's only midnight. And I was like, really? I slept that hard? Like, it feels like I've slept almost an entire night. And it feels so good. I know it's a silly little thing, but it's really good. And you know, I'm starting to get back to the person that I want to be. And you know, the last 2 years have just been crazy for me, and trying to figure out who I am and where I want to be and what I want to be and the type of adult that I want to be. And so you guys are on this journey with me no matter what. And I've got a shoe haul coming from a company from Amazon and some new glasses, so that I don't have to wear my contacts all the time, because the Firmoo glasses I got chipped. And I know that I've said that before. I've talked about that before. And then the glasses that I have are 5 or 6 years old, and if I wear them for too long, I get a headache because my prescription's not the same. So, you know, I'm excited for these opportunities, and I turn down stuff. Please don't think that I'm taking like everything and just shoving stuff down your guys' throats. I turned down quite a few things, just silly things. I had a fitness app contact me. And okay, so this is what's funny about being a YouTuber is you get a lot of emails, and you can tell that they're form emails, right? Like, they're like, hey, they put the link to your channel. We found your YouTube channel and we think you put out really great content. We think your content would be great with our whatever. And so, like, you could tell it's like a form email. And so a fitness app had contacted me and they're like, hey, we saw your YouTube channel and we think you're great and we would love you to promote this fitness app. And I wrote them back and I said, I appreciate the offer, but I don't think you're looking at the right channel because I'm a woman who weighs over 400 pounds. And he wrote me back and he's like, I'm really sorry. I hope I didn't offend you. And I was like, no, you didn't. If I wanted to get into the fitness industry or whatever, you know, your app looks cool, because I did check it out. It cracks me up that they don't actually look. It's like they send them to everyone. And there was this one last week that was like something about gaming jobs or something. And so I gave it thought and I looked at it. And when I was researching it on Google, it was like it's like a marketing company, and to be able to make money off it, you have to market it. And so I had got an email from one of those people that was trying to market the site, and I was like, no, this is not gonna work. This is not something that I want to put my name on. And that's what I do, is I research the companies before, and like the things like Banggood or Dress Lily, the Wish, things like that. I do my research, but I also think it's one of those things where it's kind of cool to find out what these companies have to offer, and if someone my size could fit into their clothes or, you know, use their products. So, all right, my battery is going dead and I'm home, so it's the perfect time to turn this off, and I'll see you guys later. Hello, loves. So I just stopped at my P.O. box, and one of these packages has had quite the journey. So this is from Amanda, and she sent me some stuff from Morphe because she likes me, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why you guys send me stuff. Yay, I'm glad you do. It's nice. So she sent it to me, and she accidentally put the wrong zip code on it. So her and I have been tracking this package for over a week. It went to Loomy Island, and then Ferndale, and Bellevue. So this package finally showed up. She has been like asking me all the time, like, did it come, did it come? And it showed up today. So she got me a few things from Morphe, which I think is so cute of her. So what she got me is this Complexion Goals 5-piece brush set. This is what she told me she was sending me. Well, she told me she was sending me one brush, and this turns out to be an entire brush set. So the reason she sent me this is this brush here. Oh my gosh, it's not numbered. That's so funny. It's the Morphe foundation brush. I'm sure you have seen Laura Lee, Manny. Oh my god, these are so soft. Holy Moses, these are soft. Wow. So I can't. There's a fan brush and a tapered blush or highlight brush, a powder brush, and a larger powder brush. So that's awesome. Comes with this cool gold bag. And then She sent me a palette too, which is so adorable. Like, thank you, Amanda. I will be messaging you on Instagram. This package has been through hell, so we both were hoping that the palette came and it wasn't damaged, and it's not. Yay! Oh wow, look at these colors, you guys. I can't wait to try this out. There's blues and greens and purples. This is like right up my alley. This is the stuff I've been looking for. I got the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette, and because it was on sale through Macy's. Yeah, Macy's. And it so far hasn't lived up to my expectations. So here is a box from Sephora, and this is from Jacinth. She sent me a package a while back, and when she ordered from Sephora again, she forgot to change the address, and so it came to me. So I picked up the package and I sent it to her. And she was like, well, how much was it? I was like, it's not a big deal. You sent me something already. And she was like, oh, I'll get you back. I was like, you don't need to do that. Like, it's not a big deal. I appreciate what you sent me before. And she sent me a message on Instagram the other day. She's like, I got you back, and don't you dare try to get me back. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're like so awesome. All right, Sephora. Big box. Let's put that back there for now. So this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Matte Liquid Lipstick Set, or Matte Lipstick Set. She knows me a little bit, eh? Hey, I keep saying that like I'm Canadian. You guys, I've only been to Canada for like 15 minutes my entire life. So I'm just gonna take one of these out for now. Ooh, ooh, whoops. I turned on my hazards. Look at that. Oh, oh, honey. Oh, yeah. That's freaking gorgeous. We're gonna take the rest of these out. We're swatching in the car, you guys. Like, what is happening right now? Who am I? Okay, so this first color was Plumeria. This one is Orchid. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, man. Plumeria, Orchid. This is Cotton Candy. This better be pink. Yeah, it is. Well, they're all kind of... Oh, yeah. This is Cotton Candy pink, though. Like, look at that. And Stargazer. Ooh. Yes. So there's the four colors. Plumeria, Orchid, right? Orchid? Cotton Candy, and Stargazer. Yeah, I remembered. So those are those four colors. Freaking gorgeous. Jacinth, thank you so much. You did not have to, but I will get you back eventually. And then I got a package from Ryan and Lulu. Hi, Ryan. Ryan was so excited after the last time I talked about their package, which actually got here a long time ago, and it just took me a while to get it in a vlog because I suck. I had been really behind on vlogs, and Ryan thought he's YouTube famous now. Like, he was so excited. He cracks me up. So Lulu said that this is something she found when she was at her beach vacation that made her think of me. It's a lot of tape, Lou. It's a lot of tape, Lulu. I'm gonna start calling you Cindy. I don't know, like, because I get you confused with my internet streamer friend Lou when I'm like telling Roger about things. He's like, wait, is that the girl or the boy? Alright, I'm gonna wipe these off. Actually, yeah, they are transferring a little bit. I'm just gonna wipe them off a little bit since I have like a light shirt on don't want to get them all over. Your cow earrings are in the mug I bought a while ago. Oh, I bought some earrings from her. She is Lulu's Beads, if you didn't know that. She is actually obsessed with coffee mugs. That's like her thing. Oh my god. Look at this. Ah, I freaking love it. It's a donut mug and it's purple. Lulu, I love this so much. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Lulu. And then I will show you guys the cow earrings that I picked out, that I bought from her. She does some of the cutest jewelry. Seriously, if you guys haven't checked her out, you got to. So they've got like a cow charm in there, cow print fabric beads. She does such good work. I can't say enough about her. She is probably one of the sweetest people I've ever met. She would bend over backwards for anybody. I'm gonna put these in the back seat so I can separate them and put them in the trash. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about Cindy. I really can't wait to go and meet her for the first time in person. And her boyfriend, Ryan, he cracks me up. He's a gamer, so she got him to start watching me stream, and now they both will come in and hang out while I stream, and it cracks me up, so. All right, I'm gonna take my leave. My phone is dead. My camera's almost dead. Like, this is how I live now. I worked until 6:30 tonight. It's 7 o'clock. I should probably get something for dinner. I don't know. Life has been a little bit crazy, but tomorrow is Friday, and I'm having a landscaper come to my house because it is completely overgrown. You guys have sort of seen it in the background. It's crazy. Our lawnmower didn't work for a little while, and we let the weeds get like completely out of hand. And I haven't got to talk to my roommate about it, but I hired a landscaper to come in and just, for $325, he's gonna clean up the whole thing and mow it. And then I want to talk to him about coming and mowing it like every month or so. Like, it doesn't need to be done all the time, but you know, if he could keep it sort of at bay. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want like my boss, my landlord, to get in trouble with the city for it. So I feel like it's my responsibility, so I'm just gonna pay for it. I'm a little short on cash at the moment, but I'm gonna cash in my change. Yeah, I probably shouldn't be spending any money on like makeup or anything right now. So I'm gonna be no shop half of June, July. I told Cindy Lou about this. Cindy. I'm gonna call her Cindy. I'm gonna call her Cindy. Because that's who she is in the community and stuff. But I told her, I was like, I'm gonna try not to spend money for like a month. I've gotta like catch up on stuff, and like, yeah, I've had a manic episode where I spent like $500 in like 2 hours, 3 hours? 2 or 3 hours online. That's one of my, like, when I have a manic episode, that's how it manifests itself, and it's not okay. I'm hoping that this new medication will keep those at bay. It's something that I can't stop almost. It's like, I know I have the money in there, and so my brain is like, well, we need this stuff, and it justifies it no matter what I do, and oh, it's so annoying. So, all right, I'm gonna go, but I will talk to you guys soon. So I thought about something else I want to talk about. It's now after I've already had lunch, and oh, bitch, really? No blinker, no nothing? You're just gonna come over? Cool, thanks. Anyway, I drove up north today to have lunch with my mom and her boyfriend and my sister and her husband and the kids. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned it in a vlog, which I probably didn't since there was some questions, but My sister and her husband are working things out, and they are, you know, doing the best that they can to, you know, get back on track. They both decided that throwing away nearly 20 years together was not, they didn't want that. So I'm happy for them. I'm kind of seeing someone at the moment, and it's really weird because him and I connected very quickly. We have a lot in common, and the conversation just like flows. Like, we can talk for hours. And we've hung out a couple times, and I took him last night with me to hang out with my friend Brittany. And the couple other times that we had hung out, he's very, very sweet and says really sweet things and is really nice to me and like wants to do things for me. And when we were at my friend's house last night, he was the same way. He was very sweet and just so nice, and like offered to get me a drink when he was getting one, or, you know, offered to help put the cover back on the hot tub, because that's what we did. We hung out in the hot tub, and he's just like so super nice, and I'm so suspicious of it, and it's terrible. I feel like I've been trained to think that when someone is extra nice like that, they have ulterior motives, and they're trying to gain something from me. And my friend Brittany is the same way, and I told her about it. I was like, he's so nice, but it's like overly nice, like saccharine nice, like I'm getting a toothache. And she said that to him last night. She was like, I'm getting a toothache over here. And she goes, I can't quite see through the sweetness to see if he's good for you. Because I was like, okay, you know, truth time, like, what do you think? I texted her, and it really sucks that as women, a lot of us are programmed to put up with bullshit from men and to put up with someone treating us kind of like shit. When a nice guy comes along, that we're automatically suspicious when he's like so sweet to us, and that really sucks. And I'm tired of letting myself be, you know, be walked on and be used and be treated like a second-class citizen because I'm a woman, or because I'm fat, or because my hair is red, or, you know, just little things. And I very well know that I have white privilege, okay? Like, I get that as a white person. I cannot, like, okay, here's an example, and this is awful. My friend Jeff is a pilot, and he works for a major airline. And the other night, they were having some kind of issue with the plane, and they were running a little bit late, and he was walking past the group of people waiting to get on the plane, and a woman shouted out, well, no wonder it's taking us so long. We've got jungle fever over there flying for us. And Jeff was like, excuse me? And the woman started saying racial slurs to him and kind of yelling at him, and he kept his cool, and she was not allowed to fly on the flight. But it really hurt him, and he, you know, took some time to reflect, and, you know, it bothered him. And when he was telling me about it, all I could think was, there's still racists in this country. And then it clicked in my head, like, for a long time I've been like, white privilege, what the hell is that? Like, I don't get it. I get it now. I don't have to worry about things like that. And I don't, like, it's not something that's constantly on my mind. When I get pulled over by a policeman, I'm not, like, super afraid. Like, yeah, I'm afraid, but, like, I'm not afraid that he's gonna shoot me, or that he's gonna be you know, extra mean to me because of the color of my skin. And that's not to say that that is every policeman. Please don't think that. I have some policemen in my family and some county sheriffs, and I love them, and they are not those type of people, but there are some. And it's like that one bad apple sours the bunch, and we focus so much on the negative that that's all we hear about. We don't hear about the great cops that do their job every day and get to go home to their families. We hear about the ones that are corrupt or have made a mistake, and we don't get to hear the good stuff. And that's what happens a lot in life, is the negative gets the spotlight and the good doesn't. And that really sucks, because we shouldn't have to have our faith in humanity restored all the time, you know what I mean? And there shouldn't, I don't know, back to Jeff's story, it made me really sad for him, because he is such a great person. He is so sweet and so nice and generous, and, you know, helps his fraternity brothers, and, you know, he's got these, you know, kids, and it bothered me. And it bothered me for like days afterwards. And I'm sure it's still bothering him, but like, yeah. So I realized that I have this white privilege, and like, I know a lot of us are minoritized into categories, and that really sucks that we kind of do that, but I kind of get it. I just wish that everyone could love everyone. I met a really wonderful trans guy, and he is such a cool person, and I would never know if he hadn't told me that he used to be a woman. He's been on testosterone for 2 years, and we have someone in the Kandy community, Alex, and he's on YouTube. I will link him below. Alex is a wonderful young man, but he's transitioning as well, and, you know, he started testosterone, I think, about 4 months ago, and I'm so proud of the person that Alex is. Alex is one of the nicest people that I've ever met in my life, and such a sweet, sweet boy. But I'm sure he's been through hell. Like, I never ask him about the bad stuff. I always ask him about the good stuff, and, you know, how's the testosterone going? You know, how are you? Him and his sister watch my videos, and they've been subscribed for a long time, and he'll send me cute Snapchats, and like, he'll take little pictures of like my videos, and he's like, oh my gosh, I laughed so hard at this, or I laughed right along with you, or I talk back to you on the screen. And I love the person that he is. That's the same with my friend that I just met, Xavier. He is amazing, and I love the person that he is. It doesn't matter what's between his legs. It's who he is as a person. Like, why should it matter? It shouldn't. And I just want everyone to love each other. I guess that's what I'm getting at, is like, why can't we just love each other and treat each other how we would want to be treated? Like, why do we as women allow men to treat us in a lower form? It's almost like, I was kind of talking about this the other day. This is a jumble of stuff. I'm really sorry. But like, I was brought up that and this was just, I feel like, what was expected of me. I don't know if it was expected of me, but it's what I felt like was expected of me. That you grow up, you get married, you have kids, you take care of each other, you do family things, you know, come to all the family functions, celebrate your birthdays, you take care of each other, and you love each other no matter what. And that's just how I was brought up. That's how I was taught. That's what I believed. And now in my late 30s, I'm realizing that I didn't have to do that path, and that getting a divorce is okay, because living in an unhappy marriage is detrimental to yourself, and you need to care about yourself as much as you care about other people. And so I feel like I can do that now. And for a long time I held all this guilt about, like, well, I'm married, but I can't have children, and so what the hell am I supposed to do with my life? And then my marriage started to crumble, and I was like, shit, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not being the person I'm supposed to be. And I just come to the realization that being the person I'm supposed to be is whoever I am at that moment. And I can live however I choose to live. As long as I am not causing harm to someone else, physical harm, then it shouldn't matter. And I realize in this process that Roger is going to be hurt, and there are going to, you know, it's going to be rough on both of us. But after hanging out with him a couple times in like a friendly setting with like other friends around, I realized that we're friends. We're not lovers, we're not husband and wife anymore, we're friends. And I am completely content with that, and he seems to be as well. We kind of talked about it, and I was like, well, you know, should one of us file? And he was like, no, I think we're doing fine. What we're doing is fine. Like, we're both happy, we're both living how we want to be living. I don't have to take care of you, you don't have to take care of me. And when I kind of told my therapist about that, he's like, it sounds like Roger is content. He's content with you not living there. He's content with you, you know, having communication with him and hanging out, doing things, but you don't have to be together. And that's when it finally clicked for me, is that Roger's gonna be okay, and I'm gonna be okay, and us not being together is gonna be okay. And I know after my birthday there was a lot of like hope for Roger and and I really had a good time with him, and I love him to death. I really do. He is someone so special to me, but not in a husband and wife sort of way. And I know that some of you have friends of the opposite sex like that you care about like so much, but a romantic relationship is not even on your radar with them. And that's how I feel about Roger. And it's tough to come to that realization, and it's tough to admit that, like, after, you know, 13, 14 years together, that, you know, we're not that type of couple. And that's okay. It is. And so, you know, this started out as like such a different video, you guys. Oh man. I just want everyone to be good to themselves so they can be good to others, and make yourself happy. It's been a rough road for me. I can't even deny that. It's been rough. The past, you know, year and a half has been really, really hard. But I'm coming into a whole new world for myself, a whole new perspective on life, a whole new joy for life. And I know in the comments there's been some talk about, well, she's not really losing weight, she's not even trying. Well, my channel's not a weight loss channel, first of all. And second of all, it's my life. I'm trying to get my head straight and my life straight. And if my weight loss, or whatever we're calling it, falls to the wayside, for now, I'm okay with that. I'm doing the best that I can with what I have. And if you're sitting in the comment section and you're just waiting for me to lose weight, please don't hold your breath, because you're gonna die. That is not what this channel is about. We are not a weight loss channel. We are not a mukbang channel or mukbang or whatever. It's just not. There's gonna be some cooking videos coming back for sure, but yeah, I want to focus on the things that make me happy, and so fashion, makeup, gaming, cooking, those kind of things are what make me happy, and that's what we're gonna focus on. Wow, that took a turn, or 5. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not sure what we're even gonna call this. I'm not sure if this is a candid candy or just a vloggy little thing. But thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you soon. Bye!